Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Oracle Reiki spiritual healer. And when people have attacked your finances, and I have been getting a lot of requests about people attacking your finances. And one of the ways that you want to identify the persons that have a wicked design against you, who think that you're better than them, who want you to fail in life, one of the ways that you can identify these persons is to fast. There are a couple of different verses in the Holy Bible. And again, I like for people who are under attack, with their finances, because they're beautiful, because they have something that those narcissists want, and they want to bring you down to their level. There's a couple of verses, again, we read against that, Psalms 35. We read against that, Psalms 37. And we read the book of Job and Joseph against these attacks upon our lives from the Holy Bible. You want to read Surah Al-Mulk. You want to read Surah Al-Ma'arij. And you want to read Al-Hagathar and Falak in the Holy Quran, in order to remove and reverse those attacks upon your finances. Okay, so when you're clearing out negative energy, you cannot just say, I'm going to start, working on increasing my finances. You cannot say that without clearing out the negative energy, the person that's sending the negative energy. And in many cases, you'll need to reach out to me, and you can do so in the description below. And when you're having these types of attacks, especially if you have family members that are attacking your finances, then you're going to need to cut off the ability for them to get in touch with you where you live at. Because when people are when they want to attack your finances, in many ways they will come to your house and plant and sow those seeds of disaster, destruction upon your finances, upon your life at night. You do not understand how many emails I receive where people have sent me videos of people laying tricks for them at night. So we have our understanding of cleansing negative energy from our finances. We have to identify the person. We have to cleanse the negative energy first, for our money to start flowing. Now, depending on how long that attack upon your finances has been, then we have a better chance when it's just been, a couple of days, and, it's your wife, or it's your mother, or it's your children, if it's just been a couple of months, if it's just been since the holidays, then we have a better chance of removing that negative energy really quickly and returning it back to the person that sent that negative energy out. Now, we have people who will say that, I do not want, the negative energy returned back to the person. Then you don't want to be cleansed from the negative energy. You want it to stay with you, because as soon as you start cleansing, a cleansing ritual, a method, in order to cleanse yourself from any kind of demonic psychic attack, any kind of higher spirit, that negative energy is going to be returned to the person, and they are going to be identified in your life. Okay, so you cannot tell a spiritual healer that you want to be cleansed from the negative energy, but you don't want it to go back to anyone. You want it to go back to, the dirt, or you want to go back to the ground, because that is automatic. We can send it to the ground. We can send the negative as we cleanse it off of you. We can send it to the water. We can send it to the ground. But ultimately, once you start cleansing and cleansing these spiritual baths, these rituals, it's going back to the person that's in it. So we can identify those negative people that are in your life. So it's not an option for it not to go back to those persons. Okay, so I wanted to make sure that you understand that, because I've been getting people that say that they don't like return to sender. Okay, that's not an option for you to make. That's not an option. That is the universe at work, sending that negative energy back so that you can see what they had planned for you, and you can see the person that has a wicked design against you. So if you're not ready, to see who that person is in your life, to see who the persons are, then you may want to hold off on getting your money cleansed, or cleansing any kind of health problems that is associated with the attack up on your finances. So with that being said, I've had a lot of people come and let me know that they've been having these problems all of their life, where they rise and then they fall. They rise and then they fall. So these are the blockages that have been sent to your finances. These are the blockages that you will need to be cleansed. These are the blockages, if it's been 5, 10, 15 years where a person has been attacking you in this way. And when it's that long, then the person has a general idea that, usually their family and friends have joined in a narcissist gang-stalking attack against them, especially if they are the chosen one. They know who the persons are who are attacking their finances. You will have to start your connection to God. You will have to start praying against these people. You will have to make sure that you are praying for your children, your family, so that this negative energy does not attack your children and your finances in the future for your grandchildren and your children. You're praying over your house. And so, therefore, you can reach out to me when you're having these types of attacks upon your finances, where, everything goes from sugar to, cow dung. You want to make sure that you're cleansing that negative energy so that you can identify the persons that are involved. It can be a family member. It could be people that have been close to you all of your life. When you start to cleanse this negative energy from your finances, those people will fall and they will be identified. So a lot of people have reached out to me for, those types of cleanses, to remove the negative energy from their money, from their health. And when we start cleansing these types of attacks, these higher spirits to siphon your money, that you never have anything, or that you'll be in lack, then people around them started to, lose their jobs. They started to lose money in their business. They've had to shut down their business because we've started to cleanse that negative energy from the individuals. And there are many different cleansing rituals and methods that we can use in order to cleanse this negative energy, in order to stop those attacks that have been stagnant in your life, that's stopping you from moving forward, growing in life. And one of the things that I like to use, and again, we like to use our High John the Conqueror when we are using these types of rituals. And these are just some of the cleanses that you can use in order to stop those attacks, and in order to, get back on the right track. You can reach out to me for the entire ritual, so that we can stop the stagnation in your life, help you to grow, stop those people from attacking you, mind, body, and soul, in order to keep you sick, spending out money to, make you lose in life, be rejected for job opportunities, or, money overall. So these are some of the things that we have to understand and encounter in our lives when we're cleansing this negative energy. I hope that you received this message. Please like, share, and subscribe to me over all of my platforms. You can book your one-on-one life coaching sessions with me or your video chat sessions. I'm High Oracle, Reiki spiritual healer. Assalamu alaikum.